Hello and welcome to Unacademy guys, and this is another live mock GD session for you guys. I have some very young and talented aspirants, MBA aspirants with me here, and I already have a feeling this is going to be an interesting GD. So I formally welcome all of you guys on board of Unacademy's CAT4MBA, your official channel to enhance your MBA entrance preparation. I have Himanshu with me, I have Priya, I have Hemant, Ayush, Nidhi, Vivek, Pregna, Nitesh, and Mohita with me. Okay, so guys, all the very best. So today's topic of discussion is farmers' protest and the farm bills that were recently passed in the parliament. Okay, so I'll give you 5 minutes to prepare for the topic. The discussion will go for 40 minutes. We will see if the discussion gets longer. I will extend the time so that you can discuss it in a better way. So all the very best, guys. Let's crack it. It's time to use start writing down your points now. Okay, your 5 minutes to prepare for the GD starts now. Go for it, guys. Let's crack it. Mohita, can you do your mic testing once, Mohita?
Hello.
Hi, Mohita. Yes,
Yeah, am I audible?
yes, you are audible now.
So do we have to put the video call on?
No, 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 not. It's your choice. If you want to on your camera, you can. If you don't want, you can keep it off. Not a problem. Good evening, Mandar. Good evening. To all the people who are watching this video live on YouTube, this is a live mock GD practice we are doing here on our channel of Unacademy, that is CAT for MBA. And today's topic of discussion is farmers' protest and farm bill that were recently passed in the parliament. So we are going to talk on the advantages and disadvantages of the farm bill, how it is beneficial for the farmers, how the farmers can make the most out of this bill. So ये टॉपिक जो है हम आज डिस्कस कर रहे हैं एंड हैव आई हैव सम अमेजिंग यंग टैलेंटेड एस्पिरेंट्स फ्रॉम द कंट्री विथ मी टुडे on our channel. So, guys, your time is up for your preparation. I hope you have written down all the points that you want to discuss in this topic. Your time for group discussion starts now. Go for it, guys. Let's crack it.
Good evening, sir, and good evening to all present there.
Good evening, Nidhi.
Agriculture is a science and art of cultivating plants and livestock. It is the key development in the rise of sedentary human civilization. The agriculture industry in India reached a value of rupees
Hello.
56,500. Uh, Hello.
Go, Nidhi, please don't stop. Go for it.
The industry in India reached a value of rupees 56,564 billion in 2019. This industry represents an important component of the Indian economy, both in terms of its contribution to the GDP as well as a source of employment to the majority of the country's population. This sector is currently showing immense opportunities, with India presently being one of the world's largest agricultural producer by value. Number of transformation have taken place in this sector, like rising penetration, growth in contract farming, easy loan facilities, and increasing role of private sector in processing. The role of in agricultural development, the role of government is that the formulation and execution of plan or policies, as well as defining the aims and objective of the agriculture. The Agricultural Produce Market Committee, APMC, is a marketing based, it established by the state government in India to ensure farmers are safeguarded from exploitation by large retailer, as well as ensuring the farm to retail price spread does not reach excessively high level.
Okay.
Right. To counter this, I would like to bring into notice that why was the need of this farmers bill in the middle of a pandemic? And also all the lobbies were not properly discussed. And, it was the president was forced to give his nod on this. They have used the seventh schedule of the entry third in the constitution that totally abolishes the federal system of India. In India, the agriculture responsibility belongs and is the onus of the states, not the center. And this farm bill actually destroys the federal structure of India. Secondly, if it was really in the favor of farmers, why wasn't any farmer lobby discussed beforehand if it was for their benefit? And right now, if the farmers in Haryana and Punjab are protesting, why no representative from the BJP government or the ruling parties, paying any heeds to them? Secondly, the Haryana Chief Minister, Deputy Chief Minister, Mr. Chautala, is actually using tear gas on these farmers. I don't understand how these farmers are so naive that they cannot understand their own benefit. And also, we can see that the allies of BJP, that is the SAD, Shiromani Akali Dal, has already quit the ally. So, if it's really, really that important, there are no guarantees for the MSP in the schedule in the law. Secondly, we all know that after this, APMC, that are the mandis, will be abolished. So, I think it is totally futile, and a good discussion was required beforehand, and definitely not in the middle of the pandemic.
I would like to contribute to Ayush's point. He said during pandemic, why do we require this bill? I would like to take 1 minute of time about this history of farming bill, what actually happened. Let's say in 1960 is when the Green Revolution happened, and the Mandi system came up only then. And if you see the contemporary records of it, only 40% of the farmers are getting benefit out of it. And then in 1950, when the Zamindar system was abolished, what happened was the farmers were getting 1.1 hectares per land, which is very less compared to the other agricultural countries like US, European Union, Australia. For example, in US, an average farmer gets on 160 hectares of land. In Australia, he gets on 4,000 hectares of land. But in 1950, when the Zamindar system was actually abolished for good reasons, we are seeing today it's the per hectare is actually gone down from 2 to 1.1 hectares. So why during pandemic is because the farmers were the most affected, because they're buying all their requirements at the retail price at the most highest point of the price, and they're selling at the wholesale price. So it was a need for the government to like dive into this issue and launch it.
Secondly, I would like to add that the mandi system, the APS system, was already abolished in Bihar, and we have actually seen the repercussions in Bihar. The middlemen are already at the gate, and they are exploiting the small farmers. Just to say that the private sector will be the price makers, not the price takers, right? And if they just create a pool of the farmers, obviously the small and marginal farmers below 2.5 acres will be abolished from this market. And what is the alternative with the small farmer if he's not able to die by suicide? Are you having any
Yeah.
guarantees for that?
Hello.
Supporting Ayush point, I would like to mention I personally belong to a family with farming background, and I actually have faced or seen what happens means when we go to APMC market where these middlemen are already allotted or appointed or have set up their own shops for the buying and selling from the farmers to the major companies or further means a farmer with maybe a small or maybe having a large land means with cultivation low or high faces a bit or means faces a bit problem means he doesn't get uh, the price he wants for this crop or second chance maybe he will get the price he didn't even expect.
I
And
think what
for
I,
this,
hello, I think what Ayush
continue.
said is very correct. But before discussing all this, we should know that we say Indian farmers are poor. We should know why this problem is still in India. The thing is, the 70% of the farmers in India are either small producers, and because of this, they do not get the bargaining power over there. And this is a problem where they face a lot of issues because they have to buy all the material at a very high price, and then they sell what they produce at a very low price. There is no benefit that the farmers get. As exactly rightly said, when they earlier said that this mandi system came in, still they were exploited very badly because if they say that this is a price, but they used to get at a very low price. And still, this problem is faced in many places in India, not only in Punjab and Haryana, but there are other states of farmers who are there who are facing this problem. And because of this, the farmers' suicide has become a huge issue in India.
And to add to it,
Hello.
secondly, our Prime Minister is saying that the MSP will be guaranteed. So, does it make any sense that you are actually asking that the private players would be entering the market and then you also have the MSP? So, it's really
No,
difficult
no,
to
no.
just even think about it.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Ayush, but it's not that simple. Like if the private players, if a farmer get into this contract, then he will have like he
Other
will have
option.
no relation with, yeah, like no other option. Whatever the produce is producing in his farm will be given to the sponsor or the player with whom he is entering into the contract. And if he doesn't, then the MSP is guaranteed. So he has a win-win situation anywhere.
All right. So,
Hello,
after
sir.
it, these
Wait,
talks
wait.
will not.
Ayush, just a second. Pregna from a long time was trying to say something. Yes, Pregna, go ahead and
Sir,
say.
sir, I agree with Mohita with Mandi's statement. State will lose revenue as they won't be able to collect mandi fees if farmers sell their produce outside registered APMS markets.
So exactly because they will not get their share of benefit or commission which they were getting earlier because of this mandi system.
And
Okay.
also, right
Electronic
now,
trading like e-name uses physical mandi
Ah,
structure. What will happen to name if mandis are destroyed in absence of trading?
see, but
every state has particular rights and regulations. So, it becomes the onus of the states, not the central government, to get into farming agriculture.
but each bill has its pros and cons with it, whatever it is. But everything has its pros and cons. Sometimes we have a profit side and there is a loss side also to it. So we cannot say that.
Yeah, but seeing
Like for
Yeah, but
example,
seeing towards current situation, the most that is seen is farmers means local farmers of our country are facing more cons than the pros. Therefore, they are demanding. They have five demands. That is, the very first one is a rollback of all three ordinance. I think this must be because of very strong reason. The second one is the Mandi system to remain in its place. Okay. The third one, as someone stated, MSP to be at least 50% more than the average cost of production. And if not, then the buyers or the companies should be punishable. The fourth one is loans to be cleared. And the fifth one is payment guarantee and assurance that the bank do not deduct money in the name of loan recovery.
The point is, Himanshu just mentioned that the APMC will always remain. So just analyze a hypothetical situation that the private players are trading outside the APMC. They are, just surpassing all the taxes, everything. And then you say they would be trading in the APMC, while they can very easily surpass the taxes and trade outside the APMC. So what will be the need of APMC?
Yes. Hemant, you wanted to say something, Hemant?
Yes. Now, currently, we're only talking about APMC and what's happening during the pandemic and capitalization. I would like to differ from all this and talk about before the pandemic itself, what actually happened. I would like to state a personal example. I guess like around before 2015 or like 13, none of us knew what avocado was. It was some sort of a capitalistic vegetable which meant for very healthy alternatives.
Yeah.
So when this vegetable was launched, it came with its own priorities. Like it had to be grown in a hilly area, and it needed its own moisturizer. It needed 5 to 6 years time for its growth. So when I visited the hilly areas in South Tamil Nadu in a place called Kodaikanal, we asked the farmers, like, you must be getting like 300% profit of the garlic which you're initially farming. So like you can make a lot of profit. But the reply which I got was very like sad and disparity. This is what they actually told. They were like, the middlemen come in from the mandi system. They charge at the retail price, at the highest price in which the Bombay urban buyer buys, like from the supermarket in urban city. But he gets to sell only, they get to buy the wholesale price, but the farmer is selling at the most expensive price possible. And all the 300% profit is directly going into the middleman, that is the tradesman. So ever since then, I would say this avocado is a similar example of apples also in Himachal Pradesh. Every state has its own indigenous vegetable. So ever since that happened, I've been waiting for actually this bill to come in, but I don't see how it's affecting during the pandemic because farmers were affected.
All right.
Yeah, that's what happens actually. A farmer is being. Can I mention my point?
Yeah.
A farmer is being squeezed. Yeah, is being squeezed between the rising cost of cultivation and the low prices he get to sell. So that's we can say a very bad situation for a farmer, that is who is the main cultivator or who is the basic who cultivates the farm, cultivates the crops and food.
To counter this point,
Am I audible?
Yes, Nitish, you're audible. No.
To counter this point, I would like to add that the same small farmers and the same middlemen have a relation between them. They provide the loan and grants to the farmers so that they are able to sow their fields. So do you guarantee that the private players will give the petty loans and grants to the small farmers to sow their fields? They have a grant of 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakh, and by taking those advances, they are able to sow their fields.
I would like to. I'm sorry for cutting in between, Ayush, but there is a provision in the Act for the sponsor to invest in the farming applications and help the farmer to produce his whatever the sponsor is wanting.
But that's what we have discussed. That's what we discussed. Why would the private player be going to the marginal farmers and small farmers? Why would he be going to the large farmers? He will create a pool of the farmers greater than 50 acres of land, and the marginal and small farmers would be eradicated from the market. That is what the point is. Why would he be going to a small application?
No. I'm not getting how the small farmers are getting eradicated. Yet the APMCs are not about. Wait, let me complete, please. Wait a second. Please let me complete. Please let me complete. Yeah. The APMCs are not abolished. They are getting the MSP. They are getting just an alternative to sell their produce. So there is. I don't think the small farmers are even in the loss here. Like you are just saying that the companies will be creating a pool and something like that, and the small farmers will get nothing. They are getting their MSP in the APMC, or they can sell better.
That's what we have discussed already, that the APMC will be
Take
abolished.
you to the market.
Considering a hypothetical situation that the private players will be surpassing the taxes of the APMC and they will be trading outside the APMC. So eventually and gradually, the APMC, if not even abolished in the law, it will get abolished. Because then they don't have to pay the taxes of the APMC. They will be trading outside the APMC.
Okay, see, this is a condition of ifs and buts. This is a condition of ifs and buts. Okay, so we can just say that they will be eradicated.
Guys,
If sir, please give me 10 seconds.
Go ahead.
But if the consider a situation where the company is creating a pool of the medium and large farmers, and the small farmers are getting nothing from that. Okay, the farmers are getting nothing from this bill. They will obviously go to APMC. Then how will the APMC will be abolished?
So you are saying that 10 small farmers can actually compete with 10 large farmers. Is that what you say?
Yeah, of course, the government has to keep going. Of course, the government has to keep going the APMC. If they are getting,
government would not be maintaining the stocks. That is the point.
Guys. Understand. Try to make up the point. Okay, this is a group discussion. It's not a debate. Okay, it's not a debate. It's a group discussion.
I totally respect his viewpoint.
Yes, Nidhi, go ahead. What do you want to say?
Sir, Rakesh Kate, the national spokesperson of Bharatiya Kisan Union, told that his main concern was with regard to MSP system tampering. The demand, he said, is that the government should enact on the support price. This can stop excessive exploitation of farmers by middlemen and companies. And this step will increase the income of farmer. Crop purchases below the support price should be classified as a crime. Bharatiya Kisan Union believe that due to these laws, farmers are in danger of becoming captive to companies. Law control, free marketing, storage, import, export is not in the interest of farmer. The farmers of the country are also suffering because of the policy of World Trade Organization. During the drought in Bengal in 1943, 40 lakh people died of hunger due to hoarding of food grain by East India Company. The reason why farmers are protesting is that farmers who depend on APMC's monopoly are angry with these ordinances. After the introduction to this new system, the process of procurement by government at APMC will end. However, there has been no mention, either directly or indirectly, in the ordinances that after this new system, MSP-based government procurement will be abolished. It is being said that the center is trying to wash its hand of purchasing and storing.
Yes, Hemant, you wanted to say something.
Yes, I have like 3 small points to make. First one is I would like to support Nitesh. He actually mentioned that it's only ifs and buts. I totally agree with that. Let's say, for an example, from the start, from the Zamindar system, from the time an MPC itself was introduced from Green Revolution, every instance, like in 1965, 50, 60, every time there was a loophole system. Some or the other, there has been a way to jeopardize the farmers. And the second point is, today, when we're talking about digital revolution, I think even the farmers should get their equal half to get their own bid prices, to make their own profits. Because currently, every year, around 10,000 farmers commit suicide. And being India such a large agricultural country itself, we export on 38 billion worth of agriculture, but the profit doesn't reach the small farmers. And the last point I would like to make is regarding these apps like Big Basket, GeoMart itself, which is coming now. We have seen that they don't usually go to the biggest farmers. Like they buy the millet from the very small, like trace farmers from like Andhra Pradesh. And Big Basket from Bangalore buys its like vegetables from the very small villages, helping all the farmers themselves. So I think even if these 3 ordinances come in, it's the government's duty to implement the perfect regulations so the farmers are never affected.
So just to sum up,
Himanshu, you wanted to say something?
Yes, sir. Hemant, don't you think that after amending these 3 bills, there will be some or the other good things, but market can be more monopolized, or there will be increase in the chances of hoarding situations.
Sir, I want to say something.
Yes,
Priya,
Himanshu.
go ahead.
Yes, Himanshu. Actually, yeah, there can be a possibility of that, but the government itself told they're going to launch a separate subsidiary committee for the farmers itself, where they will get their own lawyers, where they will get their own advisors about stock trading and the stockholders. So I think the correct argument would be about how well the government implements, not about how well the government passes the bill.
Why aren't there apprehensions cleared beforehand before passing the bills? Why aren't they were given technical assistances before passing the bill? They are having apprehensions that must be cleared. I believe to be the logical point.
Yes, apprehension only after the bill is passed, right? That's
Before the bill is
that's how
passed. Before the bill is
yeah.
passed. Before.
Yeah, they should be cleared before
The bill is already passed now. Given the president has given his nod to it.
Yeah, and they are making supporting conclusions, sort of.
Guys, Priya wants to say something. Yes, Priya.
Sir, I think at this time the main focus of government shall be to increase the production.
Okay.
Rather than passing this bill, this is not the solution of the problem.
Well, I think the product increase of the production is not in the hands of government or any such things. The weather conditions are the most that hamper the cultivation of the crops.
The farmers.
The main motive of the bill is to give the farmers their share of the produce. That's the point of the bill. They have to. It will increase the direct connection of the companies and the farmers will result in farmers getting more percent of the share.
Yes. Look, why did the government focus on entrepreneurs to develop contact farming?
What they said is exactly right.
Mohita, let Ayush complete his point. Then you can go ahead.
No.
Yes, sir. My point was that why didn't government focus on more of entrepreneurs to develop contact farming and to give technical assistance? Even one report was done by Live Mint. It's a business newspaper in Andhra Pradesh. They actually helped 10 small farmers. They gave them weather updates, technological assistances and everything, soil updates. And it actually helped them to increase their produce this year. So instead of these three bills and ordinances, why aren't they focusing on entrepreneurs when we are already having hoax schemes such as...
I would like to say that the government already have their provisions where they are providing the quality of the testing. Let me complete, please, Ayush. The government is already providing, helping the farmers to test their soil, the quality, and the what kind of pesticide they should use, and all anything. The income of the farmer is getting improved. The company is getting what they want in the cheaper price, like they are getting directly from the farmer, so that will of course be lower from the what they get from wholesale. So like there is no role of government, and like you said that the various services the government is already offering them.
Actually, it is the responsibility of the government, and actually it is the responsibility of the state government. There's a federal system. There was no point of entering of central government.
Yeah, sure. Then the states can.
So they are ruining the federal structure.
Guys, yes, Mohita, she wanted to say something from a long time. Come on.
What
I'm reminding you
said,
again, guys. This is a group discussion. Please apply standard group discussion.
Indian farm produce in national global market to generate employment opportunities and strengthen the economy. Farmers will be freed from the clutches of selling their produce at designated places. The procurement of the MSP will continue, and mandis established under the state laws will also continue to operate. It will empower the farmers to foster their growth and development in the country, reshaping the Indian economy. It's not like that. It will also have a global and national impact, both. That's what I want to say, that the bill is passed with a good motive and not with a bad motive. See, there are pros and cons to everything. We cannot say that the farmers will suffer further. Sometime at some point, the farmers will have a bad impact on it, but the future will hold some good things for them.
Yes,
Yeah, exactly, Mohita.
If you read the 15-page bill, there are all provisions for farmers in it. I can say that the bill is leaning towards the farmer to provide whatever the government can to the farmer and to increase their produce. be it anything. The company can render their services to the farmer. The farmer can sell anywhere in the country. And there is some MSP that is not in the act, but the government has increased MSP. This is everything the government is doing to increase the share of the farmer in the produce.
And the government is doing so much. Why cannot they meet a lobby of the farmers and clear the apprehensions?
I'm sorry, the whatever protest or the unrest going on. Please let me complete, Ayush. The whatever the protest and in the country are, I think they are just limited to Haryana. The Saad
No.
which was the
No.
Saad which I'm
No.
sorry.
Not at all.
No, the thing is, the main protest has started from Haryana and Punjab.
Right.
The main
Yeah.
states that
Right.
are protesting are Haryana and Punjab.
Right.
Other states are not
Yeah.
protesting so much.
Also, because these are the two states which gets the highest MSP, you must take this into consideration.
I know.
Punjab and Haryana gets the highest MSP. That's why the protest started from that place. That is the reason.
I don't see what the MSP have to do with this bill. The government has clearly stated that the MSP has no relation with this act. Please let me complete, Ayush. Please let me complete. Also, the Saad which you stated that ally which is the ally of BJP in Punjab left the NDA alliance. They I think the date was 10 July. Harmanpreet Singh Kaur appreciate the 3 ordinances brought by the state government. Central government.
Yeah.
So this is just a political issue, and they are just trying to create the unrest. When a reporter asked a farmer why they are protesting, one said that this bill was passed so that the companies can took their land from them.
Yeah,
Like, see, there is nothing.
Nidhi,
This is just to create the unrest.
How can you say
Guys,
there's
guys,
nothing?
Nidhi,
Come on, I have also seen the interviews on Hindu and every newspaper. Obviously, the marginal farmers are obviously they are afraid.
Afraid of what?
guys,
Afraid that the MSP would be abolished, the APMs will be abolished. And one second, you are asking a private player to trade it, and also you're asking to trade on an MSP. Isn't that very bogus?
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't get you. Sorry, I didn't get your point.
Nitesh,
You are asking a private player to trade on.
Sir.
Nitesh and Ayush, guys, Nidhi wanted to say something. Nidhi,
Yes, sir. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said that MSP will continue and not be
That's what I was
withdrawn.
saying.
That's what exactly.
That's what exactly I was trying to say to Ayush, but Ayush is like
let her
stuck with the
complete.
how the.
Guys, let
Yeah.
her complete
Let
her
me
point
complete
first
my
of
words.
all.
Yeah, exactly. While contending that for a long time, it had brought twist in cropping pattern across the country. She also said that before bringing in the 3 new farm law, the central government had held extensive discussion with the farmer body across the country. MSP was there for several products. The focus was more on paddy and wheat, and their MSPs were revised upward every year. She added this. All this year, the farmer were in a bid to sell at a particular place, and whether the price was right or not, the grower had no choice or chance. But the 3 farm law are beneficial for the farmer. Government have opened up the market access to the farmer, giving them more chances and choices, like the cane arrears to the farmer by the sugar mills, which is based on contract farming. The cane farmer are tied to a particular meal, but under the new farm law, the market is open for the farmer. When the corporates and the farmer arrive at an acceptable price, then the consumer too would benefit. The farmer were paying about 8 to 8.5% taxes in different form, including market charges, and now they have the option not to pay that.
Sir, but in all the laws, there is not even a statutory mention of MSP. Why are we debating on it? There is no mention of MSP in the laws. There is not even a legal right. No statutory provisions or backing are given for the MSP in the laws.
Okay. Vivek,
Why are you boasting about it?
Vivek, you want to contribute? Vivek, are you there with us, Vivek?
Hello, yes, sir.
Yes. What would you like to say?
My point was that through this act, APMC Act, the farmers were protected even if after giving the tax in the mandi system, the so-called mandi system, they were they know that even after if they are not able to sell their produce, the government will help them in selling the produce at a feasible price. But due to after entering of these audiences in these APMC market, then there will be no APMC, and there will be more exploitation of such from private companies, as we have seen through our past, as Himanshu and other told about Zamindar system and in 1960s and 1940s. And there will be uncertainty for a small farmer who is living in Punjab to sell his own farm produce to other parties, which was done by through APMC, through government. Government is not able to perform this simple basic act, which
Okay.
he was perform.
Yes, Pregna. Yes,
Uh,
Pregna.
Price limits for extraordinary circumstances are so high that they are likely to be never triggered. Big companies will have the freedom to stock commodities. It means they will dictate terms to farmers, which may lead to less prices for cultivators. Recent decision on export ban on online creates doubt on its implementation.
Yes, Hemanta.
Yes, I would like to, in these 70 years, there's been many scams with regard to these traders or middlemen. I would like to just state one example, which was called as onions make Indians cry. This is just one of the biggest scams which usually happens every year during festival season. When there is surplus amount of onions, these traders, they stack in like lakhs and quintals of tons. And when the stock prices goes up, they sell it to the customers, so they get a lot of profit. In these kind of scams, you have seen the farmers don't even get a marginal profit also. And second is, I would like to add to Nitesh's point. Nitesh's points are very good, and I have some data with me which can support his points, which is in US, Europe, and Australia. They've introduced this one world, one market. In India, we are still fighting over one India, one market, but there they've introduced one world, one market. Yes, I'm sure oppositions would be like, don't compare a third world country to G7, but I'm sure India is looking up to go to G7. We have to embrace these schemes so that once we do one world, one market, which in where we export 38 billion worth of agriculture, instead of going to the middlemen or the other subsidized organizations, farmers do get their price of the share. And the last point which I would like to add is, someone in the GD, in the group said that it's not the entrepreneurs, but the entrepreneurs are not making it. They're not getting the profit. I would like to state only GeoMart, except for GeoMart, every other app which you see on your Play Store, which supports for online delivery of groceries, is once upon a time an entrepreneur. A small, like a college, like someone going into college was the one who started it. Now it's been through mergers and acquisition, it's become a big organization. So I feel like it's now our time to discuss about how well the implementation actually can happen.
Talking about one nation, one market, and everything. Actually, 3 years ago, we just introduced GST, that is one nation, one tax, and we can see how much of a failure was
Last
it.
2 minutes remaining for your discussion, guys. Last
The
2 minutes.
sponsors
I
may
would
not
like to
like
counter
Uh, yes. Himanshu.
Yeah, sir, I would like to counter Hemant's it was a beautiful point actually, but onion one, the onion situation that happens every year, and for this, our government has from the three laws, the third, the essential commodities amendment. This amendment says that for non-perishable items, the if the cost is not more, if the cost increases more than the 50%, if the cost increases more than its 50%, then the central government has right to take it under the essential commodities and control the price of it. And for perishable items, it is 100%. And as onion comes in perishable items, so government will now control this situation in upcoming years. So that gives a solution for this onion situation. Thank you.
And just one last point, sir. One last
Exactly.
point.
The
This year,
MSP
last point,
was
sir.
not, yeah, exactly, Manshu. The MSP was not there for the vegetable and fruits, which are highly perishable item. We have seen soon after the harvest, the price of item will go down, and soon after the price will go up. We have
Coming,
also seen farmer throwing their produce like tomatoes, like onion, on the road for not getting even their production cost. And as per the three law, the farmer can enter into a contract to supply produce at a particular rate.
and sir, coming to that
Farmer-
prices thing, this year, they were record storing and production of wheat crop, right? The wheat crop, and the farmers will destroy their crops this year. That will shoot up the prices, and it will have an adverse effect on the economy that is already struggling. So that must have been taken into consideration, because the farmers in Punjab and Haryana, they mainly grow the wheat crop, and they will be throwing everything on the road now. So be
Okay.
prepared for it now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I add
Guys,
something?
guys. Now the time is over for GD. Okay. It was a good discussion. I'll give you 1 minute to conclude the topic. I'll give individually 1 minute to conclude the topic. Okay. Mohita, go ahead and conclude the topic for us.
Just give me 1 minute. I will just sum up my point. Just 1 minute,
All right.
not more.
Till that time, Himanshu, you can go ahead and conclude the discussion.
Sir, after hearing the today's discussion, what I feel is the bill has different effects on different aspects of the farmer's life or means cultivation, and only we can do is we can hope, as Nitesh said, that implementation of these bills will be for good of the farmers. That's all, sir.
Okay. Priya, do you have any conclusion with you? Priya? Acha. Hemanta?
Yes. Um, After this debate, I think we can conclude by saying that our priority should be the farmers, no matter what. The best implementations can happen only if the farmers are benefited. When I mean farmers, I mean the entire gamut, the entire scope, from the top, from the rich to all the way to poor marginal farmers. Because, like I said, every year around 10,000 farmers commit suicide. This is not a joke. It's not a talking point, because it's someone's life at stake. So, if, so I think in these last 70 years, when no government took an initiative to address all these points, like from MPC to Green Revolution to Zamindar system, the current government has taken some steps. So I think we have to credit them and ask them, like even scrupulously, to implement a subsidized group to support the farmers, because in the end, it's always Jai Kisan, Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan.
Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan. Very good. Pregna, do you have the conclusion?
Yes, sir. Today's TD, I would like to conclude without strong institutional arrangements, the free market may harm lakhs of unorganized small farmers who have been remarkable product too, and showed up the economy even during a pandemic. During a pandemic.
Okay. Okay. Nidhi?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Nidhi, and conclude the topic.
Yes, sir. Over the year, a number of discrepancies have emerged in the functioning of the APMC mandis. There is definitely a need to reform these regulated markets, remove the political influence, and bringing in professionalism in its operation. Even if private mandis are to be set up, there is a need for regulation. A real freedom for farmer will happen when farmer knows for sure that whatever they sell within the mandi or outside the mandi, in Amritsar or in Bangalore, they will get at least MSP. The need to make MSP a legal right for farmers, ensuring that no trading happen below this. This will help in build confidence and trust among the farming community. Thank you.
Good. Mohita?
Okay, like I earlier said that the farmers are the soul of India. I would like to say that the newly passed farm bill will give farmers the freedom to trade across states and empower them to turn into traders of their own produce and be in the control of the process. The intent behind these bills is that the new regulation will create a new ecosystem where the farmers and traders will enjoy the freedom of choice of sales and purchase of agricultural produce and promote barrier-free inter and intrastate trade and commerce outside the physical premises of the market as notified under the state agricultural produce marketing legislations, because the main aim was to put away their burden away, because whatever they are facing is a major issue. The loophole they get into after getting the, if they even go for the debt process, they are into the loophole. It will free them up from this process, because now they will have a right and to speak, they can speak for themselves. And I think this bill is a good decision that has been passed by the parliament.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ayush, go ahead and conclude the
Right, sir.
topic for us.
Right, sir. So I've been privileged to be a part of this group discussion, and I respect both the points. I have come to know about a few things which I didn't know, and specifically the intent of these bills were very good, but the implementation, I don't think so. They are following the right steps for it. The first and foremost thing was that opposition must have been taken into consideration, and the apprehensions of the farmers must be cleared. Secondly, as Hemant said very well, that Jai Jawan Jai Kisan, the first and foremost priority should only be farmers and only be farmers. Even if they are having any apprehensions, there must be discussion with the lobbies, and only then some law must be enacted and should be in the practice. That's all, sir. Thank you very much.
Yes. Vivek, go ahead and conclude the topic for us.
People that concluded it that it is all about farmers. The issue is farmers. So the consent of farmer is very necessary for this bill. So the bill will be successful only if farmers' economy, their family, their is ensured. If they are know that they will get 2 days meal for small farmers as well as big farmers, then only this bill will be successful for India, and it will help country to grow. It's not only about entrepreneurs but also for farmers.
Okay. Nitesh, go ahead and conclude the topic for us.
So though everyone here was concerned about the farmers, was a really great thing about this discussion. We are going in the right direction, but the problem only comes with the implementation and MSPs, as everyone talked about it. The government has cleared their stand about the MSPs, but I think once again the government should come out and uh, put it out more clearly, so there is no point of there is no doubt in the mind of farmers about anything. Thank you.
Okay. So, guys, overall, it was a very good discussion. All of you guys contributed very well with this particular topic. Now, guys, this is particularly a current affairs topic. Okay, ये current affairs related topic है, which particularly means that you should be reading about it in the newspapers or magazines or whatever journalistic material that you follow. Now, all in all, if we talk about this GD, there are a couple of things that I have noticed. One thing is that, guys, you all are contradicting your point a lot. Okay, there was only Hemant, Nitesh, and Ayush who were, and Himanshu, of course, who were following one line of the discussion. Rest of the people were jumping parts. Okay, Mohita, in the beginning you supported Ayush's point, but later on you supported Hemant's and Nitesh. That's where
Think
you contradicted your own statement. Now that goes into the negative aspect of the discussion, Mohita. Okay, so keep that in mind. If you have taken one stand, you follow it with. Okay, उसको अच्छे से follow करो. You did good. Okay, your performance was absolutely good in the discussion today. Himanshu, I saw a lot of clarity in your thoughts today from the last discussion you were in. Okay, you were more clear with your thoughts, but ultimately, I do think you still need to participate more in the group discussion. Okay, you come in the group discussion, you participate, you say a couple of points, and then you get back ahead, get back again. Okay, what you really need to do, you when you have those points with you, make a way to participate in the group discussion, not aggressively, but if you even get a slightest point to enter into the group discussion, you participate and you put up your point. Okay, but there's one positive takeaway from today's group discussion for you is that there was much clarity in your thought that we had seen in the last GD. So that's a good development that I've seen in you today, Himanshu. Okay, is it clear,
Thank you,
Himanshu?
sir. Yeah, sir. Sir, actually, I got a bit nervous today. Yes,
I know this is
I
a
don't know
current
why.
affairs. Whenever there's a current affairs related topic, everybody is nervous because there is so much to read about it, and we are all so busy with quantitative aptitude, LRDI, and VARC. We forget to read about these things. But it's okay. Keep in touch with the current happenings, and I'm sure you are going to do fine.
Sure, sir. Thank you, sir.
Mohita, good
Yes, sir.
participation. Okay,
Thank you, sir.
very good participation. Good points that you had actually mentioned in the group discussion today. A couple of points in the beginning and a couple of points in the middle also. But make sure you don't contradict yourself,
Yeah.
because
Yes,
again,
sir.
because this is an opportunity for the other members in the group discussion to counter your point. You give an opportunity to them to counter you. Okay,
I
they
will
should.
keep this point in
Huh,
mind, sir,
huh.
next time.
But it happens sometimes. Group discussion, hey, it happens that way. We are so carried away with the topic that we want to tell what our opinion is and what our points are. So ho jata hai वैसे. But keep that in mind. Don't
Yes, sir.
contradict your own statement as such. Okay. Then, Ayush, like I said in the beginning, it was going to be a tough discussion, and it was. But a couple of good things, a couple of changes that we need to bring in your performance. First of all, you have a very good knowledge about the subject. Okay, content that you use in the group discussion is absolutely fantastic. You have good command over the language. That is also a plus point for you. But there is a couple of things that I want to tell. First of all, speak a little bit slow. Okay, like you have command in your on your language, but when you speak fast, the fellow members in the group discussion are not able to understand you. Okay. Second thing, one of the most essential things about a group discussion is to be a good listener. Now, it is not necessary to every time counter. For example, when Nitesh was saying something, when Hemant was saying something, or Himanshu said something, you always came up with a counter to it. Okay, assess the information that they have shared. One of the most essential thing in a group discussion is to be a good listener. Okay, listen what these people are saying, what Hemant is saying, Nitesh is saying, Mohita, Vivek, Himanshu, everybody is saying, and then compose your counterpart, and then you can put it out in the group discussion. That will have a good impact on the moderator who is moderating. Okay, what happened is, since you're constantly contradicting, since you're constantly countering the points, your body language changed a little bit. Okay, it went on to be a little bit aggressive, and we have to keep our aggression down in the group discussion. Okay, your body language was more of a debate today. So this was not a debate, it's a group discussion wherein we contribute, we listen to what other people are saying, what other people want to contribute. But overall, like I said, you have good content, you have good command over the language. Use those things to enhance your performance. Okay.
Yes, sir. This is my first GD, and I'll surely improve, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Definitely. Yes, yes.
Thank
This
you very
was
much,
your,
sir.
yes, yes. This was your first GD, and
Thank you
I'm
very much, sir.
sure in the actual GD, what or maybe CAT or whatever exam you are targeting, I am very sure you are going to perform well.
Thank
You
you, sir.
just
Thank you
you
very
have
much, sir.
to, whenever your result comes out, you just call me up and tell, sir, I scored very good in group discussion.
Sure, sir. Only your blessings will make the difference, sir. Thank you very much.
All my best wishes always with you guys. Vivek, are you
Thank you,
there
sir.
with us?
Yes, sir.
Vivek, I think you missed out on participation today. I don't know, was the topic really difficult for discussion today, Vivek?
Topic was not tough.
Then you missed out on participation, Vivek. You are generally not like this. You do keep on participating in the group discussion. I don't know what happened today. Uh, we have to work on that, Vivek. We regular intervals में हमें participate करते रहना है. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Nidhi, are you there with us?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Like
sir.
every GD today also, you were very good. All your points were very good. Very composedly you participated, and you put forward your points. So that was a very good performance. Like I said in the last GD also, your most your the strength that you have is the kind of tone that you use in the group discussion. It's very good. It's very clear. all the points that you say are nice. They reflect some kind of good knowledge, good content in your research. So that's a good thing, Nidhi. Please do keep it up. You have also gradually developed in your performance. And there were a couple of points that you mentioned about the Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, the drought of 1943 during the Second World War uh, uh, of Kolkata. So these were some of the good points that you had brought in the discussion, Nidhi. And I'm very happy that you have grown so much since your first performance in the group discussion.
Thanks a lot, sir.
Yes. Hemant,
Yes, sir.
I saw a lot of composure in you also today. In the last GD, you were shy out to participate in the group discussion, and today you have very good. You have kept a very good approach to the group discussion. I see you were raising hands in between whenever you wanted to participate, and the points that you mentioned in the group discussion were absolutely good. For example, abolishment of the zamindari system and the green revolution that you talked about, how agriculture has evolved over a period of time. These two examples actually could have been the turning point of the group discussion. And Nidhi, I liked your introduction also. That introduction was very nice. You gave a little bit of background of what is agriculture and how it has contributed to the group discussion. Hemant, your approach was very clear, very good in today's discussion. You are very composed. This is the ideal performance in the group discussion, Hemant.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
And Nitesh Bhau,
Yes, sir.
as you were also a little bit composed, I could see your aggression was down in the group discussion, and you participated well. Whenever you wanted to complete your point very politely, you told Ayush, please let me complete. You're asking 10-20 seconds from me also in order to particularly clarify your point. So that was a good approach that you kept in today's group discussion. And apart from the two discussions that you had participated, I saw a little bit of change, a positive change in your performance, Nitesh. So overall, it was a good discussion, guys. Himanshu, Mohita, Priya could not because Priya is facing some technical issue from her side, so she couldn't participate whole in the group discussion. But Nidhi,
Sir, my drawback,
yes,
my drawback.
yes, Pregna, I was coming to you actually. You also, Pregna, since this is your first discussion, I understand you a little bit nervous. There are some apprehensions in your mind also how to perform in a GD or so, what all things to take care of. But whatever points you said were good, Pregna, but I think you also need to bring on some clarity in your thoughts and participate in the group discussion. Okay, regular interval, 1 minute, 2 minute. Now actual group discussion is not this long, guys. Okay, it's not for 30 minutes or 40 minutes. Actual group discussion is of 20 minutes only, 15 to 20 minutes at max. So 20 minutes, those 20 minutes, you have to give your best performance and grab every possible mark that the moderator has for you. So Pregna, I think in the next GD you will be more participative and more convincing with your overall performance in the group discussion, Pregna. There are no
Yes,
drawbacks
sir.
as such, but I think you really need to bring clarity in your thought and be more participative in the group discussion. Okay?
Okay,
So,
sir.
sir, one doubt, sir.
Yes, Ayush, yes, please go ahead.
Sir, regarding the opening of the group discussion. So, whenever the moderator announces a topic, immediately we should open up if we wish to open.
Yes, see, now what I'll tell you the procedure. Generally, the moderator gives you 2 minutes to 5 minutes to prepare your points. जैसे मैंने शुरुआत में दिया था आप लोगों को. And when the time is up, he says, now you can begin the GD. Okay. Now, if you have knowledge about the topic, okay, you can open up the group discussion. Opening up the group discussion will always give you a good leverage in the group discussion. Now, that reflects leadership qualities in a group discussion. So if you have substantial amount of group discussion, substantial amount of knowledge regarding the topic, it is always advisable for you to open the group discussion. But make sure you do not stretch it too long. Introduction is has to be in a very crisp way. You have to only open up the gates for the discussion so that the discussion could be taken up to 360 degree. You just have to open up different dimensions for group discussion. For example, in the beginning, when you said that why do you not support the farm bills, you said that the opposition was not consulted, the apprehensions of the farmers were not addressed by the government. Now these are some dimensions that you could use to open up the discussion. This is also one point on what you can particularly discuss. Okay, so
Right, so thank
keep
you.
that in mind. Next Sunday, we will come up with a new topic. I hope you guys will participate again and contribute to the group discussion.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So, thank you so much, guys, for joining in for today's discussion. You guys were fantastic. Please focus on our weaknesses. Let us focus on our weaknesses and improve our performance, guys. Okay.
Okay,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Sure,
Thank
Yes,
you
sure,
sir.
so
sure,
much
sure.
once again, Himanshu, Mohita, Ayush, Priya, Hemant, Nidhi, Pregna, and Nitesh for participating in today's discussion. You guys have a fantastic evening ahead, guys. I'll see you today at 7 p.m. In my special class for weekly quiz. Okay, GK weekly quiz at 7 p.m. in my special class today. Have a good evening ahead, guys. Thank you so much for participating.
All right, so thank you.
Bye, bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, you
Thank
can
you,
now
sir.
leave the meeting, guys.
Right, sir.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye. So guys, this was the live mock GD on our channel CAT4MBA. So this is one of the ways how we will be enhancing your performance, or we will be enhancing your preparation for various MBA entrance examination. So guys, let me, before we go off for today, let me just quickly tell you about the Unacademy Plus subscription, guys. Unacademy Plus subscription is basically designed and brought to you by, especially by Unacademy, so that you can have access to quality training with top class educators of the country. So if you are planning to appear for CAT this year and are also focusing on other MBA entrance examination, you should go for the 1 year subscription plan that goes for 15,750 rupees only. And if you want to start early with your preparation, that is first year or second year of your graduation, या फिर third year of your engineering, you should go for the 2 year subscription plan that goes for 18,900 rupees only. And guys, do not forget that you can get a 10% discount on your subscription if you take it with a special discount code जो कि मेरा नाम है, and that is Rushi. Okay, RUSHI. So don't forget to use this special discount code for your subscription, guys. 10% discount on your subscription. So all the people who have watched this video and who are live watching this video, thank you so much for joining me in today's discussion. If you have still not subscribed to our channel, that is Unacademy CAT4MBA, जहां पर आप आपके MBA entrance preparation को enhance कर सकते हो, simplify कर सकते हो, go right ahead and subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much, guys. Please like and share this video with your friends so that we can reach out to maximum aspirants. Let's crack it, guys. Thank you so much. Bye bye. You guys have a very good evening ahead.